The following program is an opinion program. The opinions expressed by the hosts and guests of this program are not the opinions of the management, staff, and advertisers of this station. Please direct all criticism, concern, and adulation to the hosts of this program.
Welcome to Alabama Politics. This week, I am Dale Jackson. I'm a radio talk show host. You can usually hear my show from 5 until 9 a.m. on WVNN in Huntsville. With me, as always, Mecca Music, the CEO of 256today.com. Smart news for smart people. Smart enough to know that if you say out into the open, if the president asked me to do it, the president might ask you to do it. Paul Finebaum is hoping that happens. We'll talk about that sports talk radio legend here in just a bit. Wes Kelly will be with us. He is the CEO of Huntsville Utilities. We'll talk with him in a bit as well. I've got a parting shot for you about private schools. AL.com's still going after them. It's amazing how often they fail at that, but we'll talk about that in a little bit. We got a lot to get into, so let's go ahead and get right to it. Let's get to the 2-minute warning. All right, Becca, shut it down, shut it down, shut it down. Food banks overrun. It is just an absolutely amazing mess as the federal government has shut down and chaos have reigned. The borders are open. The airplanes stop flying. It is the end of the world, or it's none of those things. And it goes to show you that maybe the federal government doesn't really do all that much. It depends which way you're looking at it. My wife is a federal government employee, and she's at home. I bet she gets paid eventually. I bet you she doesn't miss a paycheck, but we're all freaking out about this. And maybe by the time you watch this, this is resolved. I will predict by the time we are back on the air next week, it will be resolved. Possibly by the time you watch this. Mecca, how long is this going to go on, and how long until we start eating each other?
Okay, well, okay, stop. First of all, I would have to say we're going to begin our first argument of the show because obviously the negotiations have broken down. It doesn't seem to be ending anytime soon. And I know you think
they have votes every other, like every 2 hours, they're having some vote. I mean, it's just
it's not quite every 2 hours, but it doesn't seem to be going away anytime soon. I'm curious as to why you think it's going to be over, like within about a weekend.
Because the people involved in this are constantly going on television and having anchors going, "What are you doing to get the government back open? What are you doing to get the government back open? What are you doing to get the government back open?"
Because it is a big deal, and you're acting like it's not a big deal, and you say they don't miss a paycheck.
Hey.
You do miss a paycheck. You get that paycheck later, but you could miss it.
They got paid just now. They're going to get paid in 2 weeks. If it goes on another 2 weeks after that,
what if it goes on like a month?
But I'll tell you this, that was me shrugging my shoulders if you're listening on the radio. But here's the thing. The real danger here is that it shows how little the government actually does. Because people generally are not feeling this unless you are directly related to this. And all that's really happening is my wife is drinking a bottle of wine at 2 p.m. Okay,
she's gonna kill you.
That's what's
That's
a joke. That's a joke. That. She's always drinking bottles of wine at 2 p.m. So it's exactly the same.
Cindy, I'm so sorry.
The point is.
No, the point is, if it goes on for a significant amount of time, there will be real world impacts.
Yes, but it's not going to go on for a significant period of time.
Sure.
Look, I've almost been out of work for 2 weeks, okay? I'm doing just fine, and everyone else will be just fine as well. All right, let's move on. Let's talk about Paul Finebaum, a guy who's definitely not ever going to be out of work if he doesn't want to. He's a sports talk legend. This guy understands it. He gets people. He talks to them every single day. A couple of things have happened with him. The news has come out that the Charlie Kirk shooting has motivated him to potentially consider a run for United States Senate in Alabama. We also learned that ESPN told him he could not interview Donald Trump on his show, which is completely insane. And we're learning that Paul Finebaum is a Republican. Is this a real thing? Would you have known Paul Finebaum was a Republican before this week?
This whole surprise, but I have to say this is my favorite race maybe ever. I love all this. I love everything that's happening.
Maybe this.
Yes, it's so much fun.
If I see how the work from us are, maybe I'll get in.
But let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Is being a sports commentator the same sort of maybe easy walk into the end zone as it is for a sports hero? His job is literally to criticize our favorite teams. I don't see it. He's well known. He's got the name recognition, but you see the same popularity for him as like some other sports figures.
Didn't some guy who's now United States Senator run around going like this, holding up 6 fingers? Didn't he do that? thumbing the eye of Alabama fans, and now he's probably the second most popular political figure in this state ever.
This is the truth.
Katie Britt's more popular than him, oddly enough, but he's second.
Why oddly enough?
No, I'm just saying. You would think he has name recognition to start. She's great. I'm not saying that she shouldn't be, but I'm just saying Tuberville has done all the right stuff. Here's the question. What does Finebaum actually believe? This whole thing where he's like, if Donald Trump asks me, I'll run. It's like, well, yeah, me too. I mean, that's like, hey, if Donald Trump comes to me and says,
I don't think
it's going to happen either. But he also, he's the one thing that he is doing if he doesn't run is he's now announcing to all of his audience that he's a Republican. And that's going to upset some of his base a little bit in the radio.
Do you
world.
really think so? I don't think sports.
I'm sorry. Have you not met people recently? They're kind of crazy about this kind of stuff. They wanted Chris Pratt not to be in the Marvel movies anymore because he went to the wrong church. I mean, there are a lot of people who are very crazy about this. I don't think Finebaum's going to run. I don't think Donald Trump.
Then why is he doing this?
The same reason I do everything. Attention. I mean, if he doesn't run, he still gets all this attention.
Really quick, I know we're going over on this topic, but did you love Marshall's response? That was such a flex.
Like,
welcome to the race. Look up Trump comments.
Yeah, because Finebaum has said that he's immature and all these other things, which, by the way, he's not wrong. No. I mean, everything he said there. Now, on the issue he was discussing was the kneeling in the NFL. Mm-hmm. So Finebaum sort of came out almost on the side of the kneelers. There's a lot of stuff to use here. There's a lot of stuff to use. Trust me, people use my words against me all the time. All right, moving on. Let's talk about another race that's happening, this AG race. You basically have Alpha and the BCA jumping in here and taking different sides of this and saying, we're in and we're going to be a part of this and we want to do this. It's my idea that they want this over as soon as possible because this is going to be a big money race and they want to come out and stake their ground immediately and say, here it is, this is where we're going, and hopefully we can put an end to this thing as soon as possible. If I'm Catherine Robertson, I like where this is going so far.
Well, I think it's also not young versus new, but, Alpha has a long history of political clout in the state, and BCA is, younger, newer, a more new organization. Obviously, they've been around for a while. And it's nearly votes versus money, if you will. It's going to be a very, very interesting political race.
Alpha has more boots on the ground support than anyone else in the state. And that support's important. It also comes with a bunch of money. And we can talk about farmers and all this other stuff. That's important as well. If I'm on her side of this conversation, I go, yeah, let big business go with you. Go ahead. And so the big business supports this other guy? Sure. Sounds good to me. I would love that position. And I'm on the side of farmers. I mean, I think this is, the
Alpha endorsement makes this a very interesting race.
I mean, first off, I think it actually ends the race. That would be my suggestion. Look, she is going to be AG. She is, for lack of a better way to put this, the right-hand man of Steve Marshall, who is a very popular, probably going to be the United States Senator. So I'm not saying they're going to run as a tandem, but they might as well be running as a tandem.
Well, we have Steve Marshall coming up on the show, and we'll ask him about it. We'll ask him about the AG race.
But my point in all of this is she is in a very good position, and this only strengthens her hand. Now you could say that there's a little bit of a knock with the BCA thing, but it doesn't matter. I think that she is going to have money. She is going to have institutional support and farmers and the Alpha stuff. I think
it's still early, though. I think it's a little too early to call.
They're trying to make this race cheaper by ending it sooner.
I get that, but I still think there's going to be a lot more money and a lot more things to come.
Sure, but if I'm her, I'm very happy about this.
Of course.
I like where this is going. All right, let's talk about fatties, and I'm not just talking about myself. When I left the United States military, I was actually in charge of Fat Boy PT, which is odd because I was very fat. So and that's how it went down. We had the Secretary of War standing up in front of a bunch of generals and basically saying, if you're fat, get out. If you're woke, get out. If you don't want to follow the rules and standards, get out. And I watched a bunch of people respond to this and get very upset. Oddly enough, they were all very fat. It was very strange that they were like, why do we need to have fitness standards in the military? Which goes to prove basically anything. If Donald Trump and his people are against it, other people will be for it. If Donald Trump and his team said, hey, don't take Tylenol, people would go on the internet and start taking Tylenol to show you how safe it was. If I was Donald Trump, I'm not going to say what I would do if I was Donald Trump given these rules. But the point is, I like where this is. I like that you have the Secretary of War coming out and saying, these are the standards. The combat standards are going to be what they are. If you're a big fat general waddling around the Pentagon, we're going to put you out. That's the way this is going to work. And you're going to have to do what you're supposed to do to keep the standard. And it's a real thing. The beard stuff is out of control. It's absolutely out of control, and you've lost all your decorum because over the last couple of years, we've done all these things where we basically say the United States military can be just like the rest of us. Well, the rest of us are stupid and fat and ugly and terrible, and it doesn't need to be that way. They're supposed to be better, and he's saying they need to be better.
They have the standards, absolutely. There were a lot of people upset by this, but I mainly suggested this topic to ask, do you think you could pass the standard fitness assessment?
In a heartbit.
I thought so too.
Surprisingly,
this guy's very fit
and
healthy.
I ran 7 miles this morning. There is zero chance. I'm in better shape now than when I was in the military.
That's wild.
I mean, I may be built like...
They should bring you back and have you doing
I would go back if I didn't have to shave, oddly enough.
No beardos.
Look, up until I'm 46 right now, and I always went and looked and saw how much time I had left to jump back in because I wanted to join the Space Force National Guard.
Oh, that would have been awesome.
I wanted to, but it's not set up right.
I would have loved for you to do that.
I would love to, but then I have to shave my beard and stuff like that.
Worth it.
Plus, you get like 2 weeks to go do whatever you want, and your job can't fire you. I need that. I need that protection.
Perfect.
I need that protection. All right, we got a lot to get into. Coming up next, Wes Kelly will be with us. He is the CEO of Huntsville Utilities. We'll talk with him about a lot of stuff they're doing. And then there's a parting shot at the end of the program as well. So keep it locked right here on Alabama Politics This Week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Extra anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids that were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom, Grant, and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at PremierDentalSpa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
back to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. With me, as always, Mecca Music.
And this week we have the CEO of Huntsville Utilities, Wes Kelly, here with us. Thank you so much for being here.
My pleasure.
Now, I have a few questions for you, but I'm going to start with the very basic one because, even I've been confused. Huntsville Utilities is a public utility company. Now, what does that mean and why is it different?
Yeah, so public power means that it is owned by the people. It's owned by the municipality, in this case, the city of Huntsville. So those are sprinkled across the United States. Some big cities, Los Angeles, San Antonio, Austin, these are publicly owned systems. But most of the communities in America are served by private power companies, such as Alabama Power.
And we talk about Alabama Power, and everyone complains about rates. You don't really hear a lot of that in North Alabama because the rates are relatively low.
How you still hear complaints, though? They still hear complaints.
Let me tell you.
Hold on, people complain about a lot of stuff. I'm talking about valid complaints. But people will still complain about that, but they're relatively low. Comparable to the rest of the nation, where are we at on the rates?
Yeah, we're good. We're good, although we are trending higher. There's no doubt. Electric rates across the country are going up, and they're going to continue to go up. North Alabama, and I'm talking now about Huntsville, Athens, Decatur, they have some of the best rates going, certainly in the state of Alabama and in the nation.
Now, we've talked about TVA a lot on this program and Huntsville Utilities, et cetera, and the talk of regeneration of power. And we were talking off the air about nuclear energy and more nuclear coming online. How important is that right now? Not only to Huntsville Utilities and TVA, but just in general power generation in the country?
Power generation is key. Right now, it is driving all the conversations, and it's driving big dollars. Massive billions of dollars in infrastructure is being spent on new power generation and new transmission lines. Nuclear is getting a lot of attention, but it's still in the research phase. Yeah. There's nothing ready to go on that. Gas is where the attention is at the moment, along with continuing to do solar where it makes sense.
Wes, I want to ask you about the North Alabama Public Energy District. Now, this is a relatively new thing, and it's been described as a proactive way to put North Alabama in control of future energy needs. And we were just talking about us and surrounding communities. How does it do that?
Well, we've been looking at what North Alabama needs to be successful, primarily from an economic development and community growth perspective. We need the energy to make that happen. Granted, when you talk about North Alabama, we've got a good nuclear plant, we got some hydro, we got some gas. But when you talk about what we can add to that mix, we can put some more solar out there. It works, and especially when the sun shines. You'd be amazed, Dale, maybe not. Some people think solar works when the sun doesn't shine.
No,
it does not. It only works when the sun shines.
Good information.
But the rest of the time, natural gas is the play. You need fuel to make that happen. There are pipelines that serve this area now. They exist, they're in good shape, but they're taxed. They are maxed out in terms of their capacity. We need an additional pipeline to serve this area. That's what the city of Scottsboro, city of Huntsville, city of Athens are looking at, working together to bring a new pipeline across the top of the state to fuel the future.
Yeah, there's a lot of talk about new nuclear, new pipelines, new this in order to bring it. We have brownouts and things like that for the first time, and people are worried about that stuff in the future. I'm worried about something else. This is going to sound like it's completely off track here, but I do want to ask this question. In Arizona and Memphis and other places like this, there's these data centers, and you hear a bunch of people screaming about the water usage and all these things.
Or the strain on the energy
strain on
system
the energy
and
grid
things
and all
like
this
that.
other stuff. Is it as bad as they're making it out to be? Because they're in Arizona, they're like, we don't want this plant because of the stretch on water and energy. Same thing in Memphis. They're having a fight about that right now. Is this a real concern? We have data centers going in all over Alabama, probably more coming to North Alabama soon. How much of a concern is that?
Yeah, we have Meta, we have Google already here in North Alabama. The data centers that have here have soaked up all the existing capacity. So the next level of data centers, it's all new build. New generation, new transmission lines. The question is who's going to build it, who's going to pay for it?
Right. So who's going to build it? Who's going to pay for it?
Well, in North Alabama, the partnership between TVA and the local utilities, it's worked very well for a long time. It's going to continue to work. It's going to take a little time, and we have to figure out how we're going to manage the cost.
Explain it to me like I'm five. Why is it such a huge energy drain on resources?
Some of these data centers, not just some of them, all these big new AI data centers have loads larger than cities. There was one that was looking at Huntsville not long ago that was twice the electric load of the entire city of Huntsville. So these things have massive energy demands.
So when these communities are complaining about, oh, they want to put a data center here, they want to put this here, are those valid concerns then? If their community does not have the correct infrastructure to support it?
It's all about that. It's all about building the infrastructure, having it ready, and then making sure that the cost recovery is there so it's not borne by the ratepayers. All of that can be done, and we will do it. It'll take a little bit of time, but we will make data centers thrive so that America is in a great place from a national security and technology standpoint.
Now, listen, as you're well aware, Huntsville is experiencing rapid growth and going to continue to do so. You know, you've got Space Command, you've got so many things happening here. How's Huntsville Utilities? Y'all ready for that?
We're a little winded, I will say. It's a lot to keep up with. Not been bored at all. I've been at Huntsville Utilities 8 years, and that's been 8 years of very consistent, steady growth. I think that's going to continue. You know, the interest rates caused a slowdown. Granted, no one noticed, but believe me, new construction tapered off a fair amount. But now I think it's just going to continue basically at the current pace. The current pace is manageable, but we've got a lot to keep up with.
I mean, power generation is obviously the key. I mentioned the brownouts earlier and stuff like that we've seen. Every time it gets hot or cold, people worry about it. There was a thing online the other day that said that you're supposed to keep your house at 76 degrees. Do you do that? What is your house at right now? What's it at right now?
Let me make a confession. We are participating in a pilot program where TVA is controlling our thermostat. I have not told my wife and children about this. So, confession on the air. But when I have come home and my house is 78 degrees, they're just acting like it's normal because it's like a lobster in a pot. It just sort of slowly went up.
No.
So, yeah, we do run our home a little bit warmer than most, but even when we're not in that program, we're usually in the 74, 75 range.
I like that. I like a warmer house.
Well, good.
Except for
Because I'm
sleep.
keeping my house at 70 degrees. Okay, that's where I'm keeping my house, and 68 when I'm sleeping.
And we appreciate your business.
Yes, well, thank you. And I'm more than happy. I'm more than happy to do that. But it is interesting to see. You talk about the TVA is actually like kind of working with the thermostats and stuff like that. How big is that program? How many people have opted in on that?
So far, we've not really advertised it. If you have a Google Nest, Ecobee, or one of the advanced Honeywell thermostats, your thermostat may have told you that this option's available. And I believe right now about 1,500, maybe 2,000.
Is there like a financial incentive to
Yeah,
opt
exactly.
in on this?
Is there a call? So does it lower your bill to have it, adjusted?
You get money. You get money. And honestly, you can override it. So it's not like you're locked in. You can override it. But we'll get into communicating that out later. Honestly, it's going to be a subset of customers that are interested in that program. Don't worry, this will not be mandatory for our
I think it's a cool thing. As long as it's opting in and letting people do it.
Are other people doing this or around? I mean, is this a widespread thing?
Yes, it's been common in other parts of the country. We're doing a pilot program here.
I like it.
We do a lot of pilot programs.
Of course we do. We're Huntsville.
I think it's cool. I think it sounds pretty cool. All right, we got to go here. We are out of time here. Thank you very much to Wes Kelly, the CEO of Huntsville Utilities. Mecca's leaving as well. The show will get so much better because the party shot is next on Alabama Politics this week.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Opioids, they were prescribed by a doctor. It's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good, and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Scout Pest Control is your one-stop shop for pest control. We do it all, from rodents to mosquitoes, termites to bed bugs. We offer a 100% satisfaction guarantee on all our services. When you think pest control, think Scout. ScoutPestControl.com.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
At Elite Door Service, we're your local experts for all things garage doors, residential and commercial. Our licensed and insured team is led by a certified master technician. When it comes to garage doors, don't settle for average. Choose Elite Door Service.
Think you need a new roof? Think again and save thousands. We'll help you put off the high cost of a roof replacement for at least 5 years.
Or 10.
Or sometimes even 15.
We're America's most trusted roofer because we always try to save your roof rather than replace it.
We'll restore your roof for a fraction of the cost of a new one. But don't wait. If your roof loses too much protective coating, it's too late. Call now or scan the code and we'll give you an assessment of your roof for free.
What if you could make a free phone call and reduce your car payment by as much as $83 a month? Right now, you could be paying as high as 20% interest. Your new interest rate could be reduced to as low as 2.48%. You can refinance any existing car loan or leased car and save money every month. Make this free phone call and learn how to save hundreds of dollars a year by refinancing your existing car loan.
Fox 54 Plus is your streaming home for news from the world of sports. Join the Fox 54 sports team for local highlights and insights. Stream Fox 54 Sports Sector anytime on Fox 54 Plus. Live, local, and always on.
Welcome back to Alabama Politics This Week. I am Dale Jackson. Thank you very much for being here. Don't forget, head on over to yellowhammernews.com. Sign up for my email blast. Every single morning, you'll get the 7 things you should be talking about today delivered directly into your email inbox. Every day on the radio, I also share that with you as well on WVNN in North Alabama around 7 a.m. Right now, though, let's go ahead and get to the party shot. My party shot this week is directed at AL.com and basically the anti-school choice hags out there who cannot understand why we're even having a conversation about curriculum and students enrolling in private schools. The AL.com put out basically a hit piece against the Peach City Academy. And in that hit piece, they wanted to make the argument that there are no standards here, that there's nothing going on here that's the same as it is in the public schools, which is exactly the point. They argued there's no accountability, but there is. They're called parents. They argued over and over and over again that the religious aspect of this organization is somehow bad, as if it's bad to instill morals and values into people. They have no reason to be going after this school. It has 66 people involved in it, as students involved in the school, and they're still going after it statewide in a statewide blog. Why? Why? Because they hate anything that is not government control. We should have the same standards, they say. The standards have failed. That's the issue. If those standards worked, we wouldn't be having this conversation. That's the truth. Thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for watching Alabama Politics This Week and listening all over the state of Alabama. We'll talk to you soon.
You work hard to earn little escapes because doing your best means being your best. So let us help you discover your best at Premier Dental Spa. With our unique blend of cosmetic, dental, and spa-like aesthetic services, you'll leave feeling relaxed, refreshed, and renewed. Make sure the best you is here to stay and book your appointment online today at premierdentalspa.com.
Hey folks, Dale Jackson here for University Kia. This is my son Grant. He's a busy guy. Chess, piano, basketball, wrestling, baseball, you name it. There's probably some stuff that I missed that my wife will be mad about, but here's the thing. It's important to have reliable transportation. And my friends at University Kia, they take great care of me. I've been driving Sportages my entire life. My wife drives a Telluride now, and it is the perfect vehicle for the busy family. Folks, University Kia, let them take care of you like they've taken care of my family. That's University Kia. Learn more at universitykia.com.
Tom Grant and Dale Jackson sent you.
Opioids, they were prescribed by a doctor, it's no big deal.
The pills we felt were probably the least harmful because something that came from a doctor, it can't be that bad.
This feels so good and I want to feel this way every day.
3 and 4 pills would turn into 9 and 10 pills.
Old values and morals were completely cast away.
Addiction is lying to you.
There is a way out.
You just have to reach out for help.